Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm an author and speaker. And welcome, Cancer sun sign, to your birthday month tarot horoscope for the entire year for your solar return year 2022 to 2023. First and foremost, let me say to you, happy birthday! I hope you have a wonderful year. Now, if you've already been watching my channel, of course, this is a new format. This is new, what we're doing here on the channel. I'm going to be doing more astrology. So I'm going to be doing monthly birthday readings for each sign, as well as starting in August, a monthly reading for each of the 12 sun signs. So the way I'm going to format this video, now it's divided into chapters, so if you'd like to skip ahead or you'd like to rewatch it, you can go ahead and do that. In the first part of the birthday reading for you, Cancer, we're going to do a channeled message. Now, this is a message I channeled prior to recording the video, so for the most part, I'm going to be reading the channeled message, which is going to give you the overall arching theme for your solar return for the entire year. Next, I'm going to be using the tarot cards and perhaps an oracle deck to do quarter by quarter your areas of focus for your year. So the first quarter will represent the first 3 months, second quarter, the next 3 months, so on and so forth. Of course, it's going to change for everyone based on your birthday. Let's get started first with the channeled message that your angels and guides channeled for you, Cancer, for your solar return. Now, the solar return for Cancer, of course, is starting Tuesday, June 21st, 2022 at 2:08 a.m. Pacific time and runs through July 22nd of 2022 for this year. So this is the message for you guys. The Sun and Cancer people will be moving into a new era. They may experience a lot of change this year, especially in the way of career. Expect large changes to come. These unexpected changes will pave the way for a new mental strategy for how you create income. There will be a lot of turmoil surrounding money for you. Try not to get too emotional as this happens, for it is the only way for you to change. Trust that the universe has your back. This year, you'll be learning to trust your instincts. You will be tested, and if you succeed, you will transcend to the next level. You are learning to rely on yourself first and not the emotions of others. The word for this year, dear Cancer, is challenge. Will you rise to the challenge or cower back in fear? For it is your choice. In love, you need to maintain the status quo. In other words, don't shake things up too much. Your life will already be in an upheaval, and you won't want the additional turmoil or drama. Be nice to others and stay focused on your desired outcomes, but don't add fuel to the fire by creating your own dramas when it comes to love. In friendship, friends will come out of the woodwork to help you. You will only need to return the favor by being a good friend, which is easy for you, dear Cancer. But your main focus this year will be on money and how to manage it properly. Remember, money is an energy and it is not something to be feared. So, dear Cancer, if you want to go back and listen to that channeled message and take notes on it, I would highly encourage you to take notes on the channeled message because it's going to give you the overarching themes for the year that you can come back to when things tend to get a little bit tough. The first thing we're going to do with the tarot cards is say a blessing over the reading. If you're new to my channel, this is something that I do to clear the energy. If it's not within your own belief system, do pause, take a moment, and just say a blessing over your own reading in your own specific way. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, dear Cancers, guardian angels, the sun sign of Cancer, those people that were born under the sun of Cancer, please let them know how to learn and grow for their solar return from the year 2022 at the time of their birthday through their birthday in 2023. So what we're going to do is start with the first quarter here. Now, of course, the first quarter is going to start on your birthday, Cancer, and it will continue for the 3 following months, the 90 days that follow your birthday. So let's get the first card that's going to be representative for you, for Cancer, for the first 3 months of your solar return. So what does Cancer need to know to learn and to grow for the first quarter of their solar return? What is the theme? What is the message? We've got breaking cycles beyond your control. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, it's interesting because it's actually the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I like it. So the Wheel of Fortune can sometimes represent, dear Cancer, karmic cycles. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed is saying you're breaking those cycles. So in the first 3 months of your solar return, you're going to be breaking cycles, which is awesome. Now, of course, as you might know, when we break a cycle or a habit, it could be just a bad habit, right, Cancer? It could be like smoking or drinking or doing drugs or gambling or shopping or spending too much money. When you break a cycle, it can be really tough because that cycle is well embedded in you. But the reversal of the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that you're ready to break those cycles. Now let's get a qualifier for the first 3 months of the solar return for Cancer. Can you qualify this, please, angels and guides? Qualify what is happening for the first 3 months of the solar return. We've got the Star card, which I really like, and this is a double confirmation that it is in your divine destiny to be breaking these cycles. It is in your divine destiny to be breaking habits, cycles, bad habits, things that you've been repeating mindlessly time and time again. So it is in your divine destiny to break the patterns, to break the cycles, to see the new cycles occur. And let's get one more. Let's see what those cycles are about. Dear angels and guides, what are the cycles about for Cancer in the first 3 months of Cancer's solar return? What kind of cycles are they breaking here? What is the deal? You know, I believe that the cycles have a lot to do with your social circle, unfortunately, right? Sometimes it's unfortunate. It could have to do with a marriage. I'm not gonna lie. We got the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups. I asked what cycles were being broken. The 3 of Cups. So in the first quarter of your solar return, Cancer, for me, it's about breaking the cycles of friendships or patterns of friendships that are not healthy for you. It can also be like separating from a marriage that has not been healthy for you. I'm not saying that this is something new that's going to pop up all of a sudden, Cancer. What I'm going to tell you is that this is something that's been on your mind. This is something that's been tugging at you. And I believe that in this case, it's a karmic partner, because breaking cycles, the wheel, always about something karmic. But I do believe that it's not limited to that. So if you are in some toxic friendships or the social circles, it's more of a social circle. So Cancer, for example, if the bad habit that you happen to want to break is too much drinking, then for example, you might have to change your social circles, 3 of Cups. You might have to change those social circles to no longer have a social circle that only involves people at the bar, for example. If you're trying to break the habit of smoking or vaping, then you might need to change the social circle if the people around you are always smoking or vaping. So you understand what I'm trying to get at here, Cancer, is that when you break those cycles, something on the exterior does need to change so that you can reinforce the changes that are happening inside of you. So let's move now into the second quarter of your solar return. So the second quarter of your solar return would be the next 3 months of your journey in this year, 2022, moving into 2023. So for second quarter for Cancers, What is Cancer learning? Second quarter, please, the second 3 months of the solar return. We've got the Three of Wands. I actually like the Three of Wands. I don't know why they have a married couple here or a couple that's getting married. I don't necessarily see the Three of Wands as a married couple. I mean, it can be that you're planning something for the long term. Three of Wands is generally telling me that there has been something that you've been planning for a long time. And it could be something to do with money, career, raising children, investments. It could have something to do with just something that you've been planning and tracking for quite some time. The Three of Wands means that your rewards will come in, your ship will come in. And what this is also telling me is that you might need a little more patience before coming to the end of those dreams, to coming to fruition of those actual dreams. But let's get a qualifier. Let's see what this Three of Wands for the second quarter of your solar return, Cancer, has to do with. So for Cancer, second quarter of their solar return, what is this Three of Wands, please? Can you give us a qualifier? We've got the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords for me is telling me it's about an idea, an entrepreneurial endeavor for me. This could be about a brilliant idea, Ace of Swords, a brilliant idea that you had to make money for a job, to moonlight, a new passion project that you're hoping will bring you money as well. And with this Three of Wands, what it's telling me is that this new idea, this brilliant idea that you had, Three of Wands, will take fruition. It will manifest as something big, but it's going to take time. It's going to require some patience. It's not going to be the immediacy of what you thought it might be. It's partly when the hard work starts. When you start with that really hard work first, and it feels like nothing is moving forward, Cancer. It feels like I've been putting in the hours day after day after day with this new project, this passion project, this entrepreneurial endeavor, and nothing's happening. What's the big deal here? I thought I had this brilliant idea. I thought it was gonna work, and yet I see nothing happening. So let's just see what other information they can give us about this new brilliant idea that you had to have something in the long term. Could be like you developed something like that you want as your nest egg, you want for the future. Okay, what is the qualifier, the second qualifier for the Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords? Yeah, we've got the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is telling me, get the emotions out of it, Cancer. I'm sorry to say that. Look, I'm a Cancer rising. My ascendant is in Cancer. So I know that as a Cancer, you can be really emotional. And the Queen of Swords is saying, this is all about business. This is all about business, okay? So your Ace of Swords, brilliant idea. In the second quarter, maybe this is something that you've been developing for quite some time. And in the second quarter of your solar return, you've been working on it more diligently. But it's saying keep your emotions out of it. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is like a no-nonsense businesswoman, for example, or businessman, right? But it's the energy of the Queen, right? So she's a no-nonsense businesswoman who doesn't let her emotions get involved in her business. It's like business is business. Don't take it personally. It's a very Gemini energy for me. So it's not quite Cancer, right? Cancer gets emotions involved in everything that they do. But in order to have the end result that you want, the long-term vision of what you want, you do need to keep your emotions out of it, Cancer. So that looks good though. It looks like whatever passion project, entrepreneurial endeavor, that brilliant idea that you had, that you're investing a lot of time in, will come to fruition for you. Don't fear that. Just keep the emotions out of it. So let's look into the third quarter of your solar return, which would again be between 6 and 9 months after your birthday, that solar return. So for the third quarter for Cancer between 2022 and 2023, angels and guides, can you give us the area of focus for dear Cancer on this solar return third quarter? We've got the 8 of Swords. Oh boy, Cancer. So the third quarter, 8 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I love this. 8 of Swords is a nasty card. I'll tell you that right now. It's a nasty card, but it's self-imposed nastiness. It's self-imposed nastiness. It literally says here, self-entrapment. Self-entrapment. It's when you put yourself in a prison. You put yourself in a prison because you let fear take over. So in the third quarter of your solar return, dear Cancer, let's not let fear trap us. Don't let fear trap you, but let's see what this is about. Dear angels and guides, can you please give Cancer a qualifier for this 8 of Swords and let them know in the third quarter of their solar return what this means? What are they going to have to look out for? What does this mean? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands has to do with personal power, in all honesty, Cancer. 7 of Wands is a lot about your own sense of personal power on your life path. 8 of Swords is feeling like you have no personal power, okay? It's quite the opposite. It's so much so that you feel like you don't have the choice, you do not have the personal power, and so you would rather go crawl into a hole and be like, I'm just gonna live with the status quo of things and not take any risks. And I do feel that with this 8 of Swords energy in third quarter of your solar return, Cancer, you're going to have to get out of that fear and not just sign up for the status quo. What does this mean? It means that maybe you decided to start a new career path, a new way to make money, the entrepreneurial endeavor, the passion project that we spoke about for quarter 2. And you've gotten to the end of the second quarter of your solar return, moving into the third quarter of your solar return, and you see the obstacles in the path. And by the beginning of the third quarter of your solar return, you're just saying, that's it. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm going to go back to my day job. I'm just going to sign up for a 9 to 5, paying minimum wage because that's all I'm worth. And it's more out of frustration that you're going to do this and out of fear than out of true meaning. And the 7 of Wands is about listening to your inner power for true meaning. Because look at the girl here. She's all in meditative state, right? But let's see further what this is about, because I think that's important. For the third quarter, this sense of self-entrapment, what is this about for Cancer in the third quarter of their solar return? Because this is silly, right? It's silly to trap yourself, but we all do it, don't we? We all do it when we let fear take over. All of us do it. It's about money. It's about money. I'm not going to lie. Didn't the angels say in the beginning of the reading and the channeling that this year was going to be about money for you? So it's clearly about money. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. It's about money. It's about your power to make money. It's about your power to manifest money. And when we get into this fear mode, we fear that we are not powerful enough to manifest the money that we need or the money that we want. And angelic presence is certainly telling you today, don't fear. Stay away from fear of what you want and what you need, because it will come to you. It's not by throwing in the towel on your passion projects and saying, screw it, I'm gonna go back to a day job, paying minimum wage, my passion project is not working. They're saying that's not what you need to do. You need to stay in your personal power and work on the power of manifestation by being friends with money. And that's actually what the angels also said in the channeled message, is that you're learning to be friends with money, not to fear money, but to be friends with it. So let's go into fourth quarter for you guys. Fourth quarter for Cancer and their solar return. We would be talking about fourth quarter leading up to your birthday in 2023. So fourth quarter for Cancers. What is the energy? What is the overall arching energy? We've got the Strength card reversed. Strength card reversed, which is vulnerable. Be vulnerable. I like this. Be vulnerable. It says lacking confidence, but I almost find that vulnerability is going to be your strength. In the fourth quarter, vulnerability is actually going to be your strength. What does this mean? It means that by cowering in fear, like what was happening in the third quarter of your solar return, that certainly was not the solution to your problems. Okay? Throwing in the towel was not the solution to your problems. But being vulnerable in the fourth quarter, going out there and doing it anyway, is the solution to your problems. So going out there, putting yourself out there and doing it anyway, even though you're like, I don't know if this is gonna work. So let's get a qualifier for the reversal of the Strength card for you, Cancer. Here we go. Let's get a qualifier for Cancer in the fourth quarter. Wow, that one is kind of falling out. So we've got the Nine of Cups, which is wishes coming true. It's a celebratory energy. And I do believe that is a double validation that vulnerability is the way. Vulnerability is going to be the key. But let's get one more, which is going to represent this energy of going out there and just being vulnerable for you, Cancer, in that fourth quarter. What is this representing? What are they being vulnerable about, please? What is this vulnerability? Yeah, Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords is the card of worry and fear. It comes after the Eight of Swords, of course, right? So Nine of Swords about being worried and fearful and not sleeping at night. I have a feeling that the vulnerability that is going to come out and make you successful in the long run is your truth. Truth about how you're feeling. Truth about, I'm not feeling brave. I'm worrying a lot. I have a lot of anxiety about this new endeavor that I'm embarking upon in order to make money well beyond what I ever thought I was capable of making. And saying, I don't know if this is gonna work. I feel it's gonna work, I'm not sure. I've had a lot of anxiety surrounding this. I've had a lot of sleepless nights surrounding this. But here I am to tell you out there, your friends, your family, whomever you trust, I am fearful of this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because that's bravery. That is true bravery, is I'm fearful, but I'm going to do it anyway. And when you go to that vulnerable place with your emotions, meaning I'm not saying to bring emotions into the business, it's not that. But it's about your entrepreneurial endeavor, your passion project, whatever you're moving toward. It's like, be vulnerable in the fact that this is scary. Like, this whole thing is scary. It sucks to be this scared. It sucks to be this vulnerable, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know this is my path. And Nine of Cups is about that wishes fulfilled, wishes coming true. So with that Queen of Swords that we got, it's more like keep emotions out of business. So when you're dealing with clients, keep your emotions out of the business. When you're doing transactions with a bank, keep your emotions out of the business. But with those that are near and dear to you, don't dig in your heels and be stubborn about it. Rather, be vulnerable about your true feelings and say, look, I am just as scared as you about this. Maybe there's somebody relying on you with money. And the way through that is going, I'm just as scared as you are, but I know this is going to work. I'm losing just as much sleep as you are, but I know this is my destiny. I know this is going to work. And so I do believe that the double validation of lots of changes are going to take place on the outside this year, Cancer, but also lots of internal changes are going to take place in the way that you view yourself. Additionally, in the way that you present yourself to the world. So I hope you have a most marvelous birthday in the upcoming days, dear Cancer. I wish you all of the love and the blessings for this solar return year of 2022 and 2023. And thank you for subscribing below. Hey, you can book a personal reading with me if you would like to get more specifics on your personal life. And I'll put that link right below the timestamps. And I'll see you guys in the next video.